Hey guys, Peach here. Just a little update. We're going to the Pole 1 X Series and the Pole 1 Truck Series. I will have Cup drivers run in Pole 1 X and Truck Series races. I had Pole 1 X drivers run in Pole 1 Cup races in the 96. I did mention that in the info video for Season 31 of the Pole 1 Cup Series. Every Pole 1 X driver is going to run one race in the Pole 1 Cup Series, and Pichu will run in one race in the 96, and the season finale, Zandjoltis, the Pole 1 Truck Champion, will get to run in that car for that race. But I had an idea. I just thought of something. I thought, why not let the Cup drivers have their shot at racing in Pole 1 X races and Pole 1 Truck races, just to make it a little more interesting, just to make both series more interesting and to make it a lot more fun. So every Pole 1 Cup driver is going to get a chance to run a Pole 1 X race and a Pole 1 Truck race. So as you can see, there are rosters on the left and right of your screen at one track and what number they'll be riding in the races. For Pole 1 X, I'll have the 12, Penske 12, the Stewart-Haas 41, the Hendrick 57, and the Roush Fenway 60 in the X Series for the Buschwackers. That's the Cup guys competing in those races. And for the truck races, I'll have the 9 for the trucks. That's William Byron's old ride, I believe. The 14, that's a fictional car that they had in the car set. Thought I'd run it because it looks like Tony Stewart's car. I figured, why not? The 20 car, which is where I found somewhere. I just needed another car, another truck to make it balance out and stuff. So I just got the 20. And the 71, which I believe was Chase Elliott's old truck when he ran one race. And then Ken Schrader ran another race with it. I do believe that's from Contreras Motorsports, but it's another Cup guy car, so to speak, for that 71. So I had to find trucks to balance it out to make an even number. So yeah. Anyway, so let's start with the X Series Buschwackers first. They're all Cup guys competing. They'll only compete in tracks that have Pole 1 Cup Series races in them. In both series, Pole 1 Cup drivers, I should say, of any kind, will not compete in the Dash for Dirt races for the X Series, in the regular season finale races, the races that were held during World Tour 31 of the Cup Series, with the exception of Canadian Tire, of the Truck Series. That's a double weekend with the Pole 1 Cup Series, and of course all playoff races. So again, the races excluded from Pole 1 Cup drivers in the series will be the Dash for Dirt races in the X Series, and for both series there'll be the races during World Tour 31, again with the exception of Canadian Tire for the trucks, the regular season finale for both series, and all playoff races for both series as well. Exception of Zandjoltis. However, that's not going to have any Cup drivers in there. I'll show you why. I'll tell you who's going to be driving those cars in a bit. But first, let's get to the Buschwackers from the X Series, Pole 1 X Series. The Cup guys will be racing there. They'll be racing at home. They'll be racing at Cup tracks, by the way. So, anyway, if we start off at Homestead. I did random.org randomizer to determine who drives where. And I try to attach them with the same team they had with the Cup Series, though. So I did have to make some changes from that random.org randomizer. But I wanted to make it more simple. So the 12 car, all three Penske drivers will drive the 12 car once in the series, in the X Series. The 41 will be driven by Stewart-Haas drivers once, and other drivers as well. 57, I'll try to attach that with Hendrick drivers because Hendrick owns that car. And the 60, I try to attach that with Roush Fenway drivers, I should say. Roush Fenway, there's only 2, but that's also Roush Fenway team, the 60, so I try to attach that as well. So you'll see some familiar names in the Cups in X Series races. Starting at Homestead, the 12 will be Maxwell Smart, 41 is Cody Smart, 57 is Christan Parker, 60 is Philip Parker. Auto Club, the 12 will be Igor Barreto, 41 is Erik Martinez, 57 is Eli Bright, 60 is Chandler Caudill. Bristol will be 12 Steve Morgan, 41 Ryan Kasey, 57 Alexander Rowe, and 60 Angel Navarro. Atlanta, it'll be 12 Zachary Fitzwater, 41 Jonny Gardner, 57 Etahn Sayle, 60 Ryan Acosta. Michigan is 12 Patrick Smith, 41 Alex Hawkins, 57 Jay Jefferson, 60 Robert Smith. Chicagoland, it'll be the 12 of Matthew Mdev, 41 Rich Roy, 57 Christan Parker, 60 O'Neal Balvin. Kansas, it'll be 12 Joshua Ciculli, 41 Donovan Douthitt, 57 Chase Dunbar, and 60 Avi Saks. Charlotte, it'll be 12 Grayson Acevedo, 41 Anthony Lopez, 57 Josh Crash, and 60 Jonathan Fast. Poconos, 12 Jarrod Lewis, 41 Philip Goldberg, 57 Ying Canario, and 60 John Mendez. And finally, Dover is the 12 John Andrews, 41 Joseph Romanuk, 57 James Richardson, 60 Diego Yepes. And when we get to Indy, and there'll be other races as well, 3 other races will have several of the cars competing as well, but it's with the exception of the fact that it's my drivers that'll be riding in those races. Indianapolis, it'll be the 12. The 12 will be driven by Pichu in both Indianapolis, Richmond, and of course, and as the season finale at Zentils. So I should say 3 races Pichu will race in the Pole 1X series under the 12 car, since that was his old ride, an old team he ran with before he went to semi-retirement from the Pokemon Cup. He semi-retired from Pokemon Cup, but he's not going to be quitting racing just yet. Well, he is not going to be competing in other leagues. He's only going to compete in our leagues. So Pichu will run 3 races in the 12 at Indianapolis, Richmond, and Zentils, the Pole 1X series with his old team and old number. It was fitting. And Luke and Leia Walker will split between the 41 and 57. Indianapolis, Luke will drive 41, Leia 57, and vice versa at Richmond. And finally, the 60 car, that's the Roush Fenway car. In Indianapolis, it'll be driven by the PCS regular season champion. Whoever is the regular season champion of the Pole 1 Cup Series will get to ride at Indianapolis Pole 1X as a bonus treat for them, for that champion in the 60 car at that race. And at Richmond, whoever has the most wins in the Pole 1 Cup Series up to that point will drive the 60 at Richmond in the X Series race. And finally, the Pole 1 Truck champion will get to ride the 60 at Zentils, just to give them a little experience with the Pole 1X Series after winning the Pole 1 Truck championship. And now let's get to the Truck Bushwhackers. Same drivers from the same drivers. There will be the same drivers that'll compete in the Pole 1 Truck in the Pole 1X races of their track. So this was randomized again, but they're in the same, so that they'd be balanced out and they'd be getting a chance to triple sweep the weekend if they could. So wanted to give them the chance to triple sweep if possible, but it's very unlikely. But still, I wanted to give them all a chance. And Homestead, Christan Parker's in the 9, Cody Smart's in the 14, Philip Parker's in the 20, Maxwell Smart's in the 71. I try to have the Hedrick 57 drivers go into the 9 because Hedrick and Junior Motorsports run under the same satellite. Junior Motorsports, I do believe, runs the 9, and they're running in the satellite with Hedrick, so I try to do that. And the 14 runs with Stuart Haas, so I try to put the 41 drivers from the X Series races into the Truck Series 14, just to be the same, to unify between the teams. Try to be in them in just one team if possible. So sometimes you'll see that. The 20 and 71, they'll vary between the 57 and the 40. They'll vary between the drivers from the 12 and 60. They'll just vary. So Christan Parker's in the 9, Cody Smart 14, Philip Parker 20, and Maxwell Smart 71. And in Martinsville, well, those 4 drivers are the same from the ones that are in the X Series race at Auto Club. However, Auto Club only has 2 races that weekend. That's the X Series race and the Cup Series race. Martinsville will also only have a 2-race weekend with only the Truck Series race and the Cup Series race. So because of that, I thought it would be fitting to have those Auto Club X drivers into the truck race in Martinsville. So Eli Bright's in the 9, Erik Martinez 14, Chandler Caudill 20, Igor Barreto 71. And then the rest are the same from there. from the same tracks. Bristol, Alexander Rowe 9, Ryan Kasey 14, Steve Morgan 20, Angel Navarro 71. Atlanta, Etahn Sayle 9, Jonny Gardner 14, Zach Fitzwater 20, Ryan Acosta 71. Michigan, Jay Jefferson 9, Hawkins is 14, Patrick Smith 20, Robert Smith 71. Chicagoland, Christan Parker 9, Rich Roy 14, Matthew Mdev 20, O'Neal Balvin 71. Kansas is Chase Dunbar 9, Donovan Douthitt 14, Joshua Ciculli 20, Avi Saks 71. Charlotte's Josh Crash 9, Anthony Lopez 14, Grayson Acevedo 20, Jonathan Fast 71. Pocono, Ying Canario is 9, Philip Goldberg 14, John Mendez 20, Jarrod Lewis 71. And finally Dover, James Richardson 9, Joseph Romanuk 14, John Andrews 20, Diego Yepes 71. And then from here on out, and then there'll be five more races that those 4 trucks will compete in. Well, 4 of them will have all 4 of them intact. So New Hampshire, so in the 9 car for New Hampshire, Kentucky, the Glen, Canadian Tire, and Zenjoltis, the 9 car will use different drivers. Luke Walker will drive the 9 in New Hampshire. Leia will drive the 9 in Kentucky. Daniel Caulfield will drive at the Glen. The first Dash for Dirt race from Pullman X Series, his highest finisher, will drive the 9 at Canadian Tire. And Zenjoltis Pichu will drive the 9 car, just to give him a chance to ride that 9 machine this season. And just so he can end his season running a truck, at least one race in the truck series, definitely. So, and the 71 Pichu will drive in New Hampshire, Kentucky, at the Glen. And of course, Pichu, like I said, will drive the 9 at Zenjoltis. Luke and Leia will drive the 14 and 20 at the Glen. All my 4 drivers will drive at the Glen, since that's their home track. Coffee's 9, Luke and Leia 14 and 20, Pichu 71. And the Canadian Tire race, all 4 drivers will be from Pullman X Series, and all 4 will be the highest finishers from the 4 Dash for Dirt races. I thought I'd give them a bonus for being the highest finishers to qualify for Eldora automatically by being the highest finisher in the Dash for Dirt that otherwise they would have been eligible at. And I will check out the points. So to be eligible for Eldora, to automatically qualify for the Pullman X race at Eldora, they have to have a win in the Pullman X race up to that point. And if we don't have enough winners to fill in spots, we'll use the highest drivers in points to determine that spot. And then, that's third actually. The second part is whoever is the highest finisher among the Pullman X's Dash for Dirt races that have not qualified yet, so to speak. So if they're outside below the without a win, if they don't have a win, if they're not high enough in points, highest finisher Dash for Dirt gets to go to those 4. There'll be 4 drivers that automatically qualify for the Eldora race at the X Series, becoming the highest finisher in the Dash for Dirt races. So those 4, all 4 of them will ride a Canadian Tire in the trucks. The first winner is in the 9, the second 14, the third 20, and the fourth 71. Excuse me, but anyway. And in New Hampshire for the 14 and 20, and in Kentucky as well, the wins and points leaders of the 2 series will run in those races. For the 14 and 20 from Pullman X, the wins leader, whoever has the most Pullman X wins up to that point, will get to ride the 14 in New Hampshire. And whoever is the points leader up to that point will drive the 20. If it's the same driver, the next highest. If it's the same driver in both spots, the next highest driver in points will drive the 20 in New Hampshire. Same applies for Kentucky, except the 14 and 20 will be driven by Pokemon Cup drivers, who the one that leads in points up to that point, and the one that leads in wins up to that point. So there'll be just so you know, I didn't mention this before in the info video, there'll be no stages in those 3 races, since they took up a lot of time, and now that I'm running 3 series at a time, I needed all that I could get in order to finish these 3 series off on a high note, so to speak, and hope to do more of these in the future. So that's all the Bushwackers, so to speak, that'll compete in Pokemon X and Pokemon Truck Series races. I know some of you might not like to see Cup drivers compete in those races for X Series and Truck Series, but I wanted to make things a lot more fun. I wanted to make the series more exciting by having Cup drivers trying to compete to get sweeps and triple sweeps and all that stuff, and maybe allow those Pullman Cup drivers to run by having Pullman Cup drivers running. Some of those truck only and X only drivers get some experience from it, so to speak. So I guess that's probably why the Cup guys are competing in a couple races, since that would allow those young guns to get some experience. Same rules apply here in the X Series and Truck Series. So yeah, I thought it would be a lot fun. I thought it would be a lot more exciting with both those two series. Would get more exciting with some Cup guys getting mixed into some races. It would add more excitement to the series. But anyway, I hope to start the series next weekend. I should have this video up on a weekend. So the weekend after this will be when I'll try to start the 3 series at Daytona. All 3 will run Daytona for the opening race, and I'll try to get this in motion as much as I could. I'm going to focus on racing from now until I believe the end of October. No, November, I should say. More realistically, November. I'm going to focus on racing, and that's all. I'm going to focus on Pokemon Cup, Truck, and X Series, and I'm going to focus on posting NASCAR Heat 2 here on Pichu London Racing. So it's going to be nothing but racing, starting I think Tuesday when NASCAR Heat 2 comes out. Starting on that day, it's going to be nothing but racing. I'm going to have NASCAR Heat 2 races. I'm going to post I'm going to try to do every single driver in that game in NASCAR Heat 2, in Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. I'm going to try to do all that, and then I'll go into career mode or challenges. I'll probably do challenges first. No, I'm going to do the drivers first in all 3 series, and paint schemes first, if any. I'm going to do all that first, and then we'll go to challenges, and then we'll go to career mode, because I heard career mode is much more dynamic. It's much more funner than it was before. I only did 1 season of NASCAR Heat Evolution because I'm not that kind of guy who does career mode on YouTube. I thought I'd give it a shot because I know some of you would want it. And I did 1 season of NASCAR Heat Evolution career mode and wasn't interested in that anymore, even with the 2017 update. I plan to do career mode, honestly, for that 2017 update, but seeing how not so great career mode was when I played it, I just never did it. So I'm hoping to have a much longer career mode series here on Pichu London Racing. I'm really hoping that I can do, I can make it much longer. I can do more seasons out of it. I hope to get a lot of length out of it from career mode in that game. Hope to do a lot of fun. Hope to make time for career mode like that, or any new challenges that come up, because I know there's going to be new challenges throughout the year for NASCAR Heat 2, new paint schemes and all that stuff. So I will try to keep up to date. I will try to have NASCAR Heat 2 gameplay up constantly on Pichu London Racing. So like I said, once NASCAR Heat 2 comes out, I'm going to focus all on racing, whether it be NASCAR Heat 2 or Entertown 3. Racing is going to be my only focus going forward, or until at least when NBA 2K 18 comes out and FIFA comes out. I'm going to get those 2 games, NBA 2K and FIFA, and I'll post videos from that on my main channel. I'm not going to be getting NHL 18 because I'm not really into the NHL series at all. I only want to get that for the mock playoffs, and I haven't done mock playoffs for baseball, but I'm not going to be able to do it because I'm not going to have time this year. So I might have to do a simulation of the mock playoffs for baseball and just make a post or 2 up on Facebook or somewhere, or maybe even YouTube. Just want to let you know about that. And I hope to finish Madden 18 very soon so that I can focus all on racing, like Entertown 3 and NASCAR Heat 2. So in addition to NASCAR 2, I'll run the 3 series. I'm going to try to start this next weekend, I'm going to try next weekend to have races up from those 3 series. I'm going to try my best, guys. If I don't have races up next weekend, I'm probably going to be busy doing NASCAR Heat 2 races or something like that. So I hope to get races up soon. I will try this weekend to get some races out to start those 3 series off. So you can count on, so I'm really hoping that I can do it. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. I know I've gone on for a little long, but I just wanted to explain a lot of things to you guys, what's going to be happening here on Pichu London Racing. I might have some videos up for the main channel, but my focus is going to be racing. NASCAR E2 and Entertown 3. Those are the only 2 things I'll be focusing on until at least FIFA and NBA 2K18, FIFA 18 come out. So I'll have those gameplays posted, and I will try my best. So anyway, this is Pichu London, and I'll see you guys next time.